Hello, it's Rockstar Games here with a new video. In this video, I'm going to be going over the Red Dead Online beta update that is going to be coming out February 26, 2019. And we already have our first details on it. So to get started, it says the next set of updates and new features is set to be added to the Red Dead Online beta on February 26th. As we implement many new improvements and enhancements to the game's open world, including a new bounty system, weapons balancing, changes to player blips on the minimap, and more. By the way, the Rockstar News wire is from yesterday, but I'm covering it today, so it was announced 2 weeks before it's going to be out. And it sounds like we're getting multiple of the features that they've mentioned in their previous newswire, actually. The bounty system, weapons balancing, and the changes to player blips on the map are a couple of the highlights. Player visibility. As part of our response to community feedback on how to minimize certain types of destructive player behavior, we've made some changes to the way player blips will appear on the map. Firstly, we're reducing the visibility of blips over long distances. Your map position won't display to other players unless you are nearby, within 100 meters, and if you are slightly further away, you only appear when firing your weapon. Players in other towns or regions, for example, won't be visible. This prevents players from being repeatedly targeted across the map at long distances. Alright, so first of all, for people who aren't too sure with some of the measurement systems, 150 meters actually isn't too much. I'm pretty positive on that. And then when you're slightly further away, you're only going to appear when firing weapons. Really like that feature of the player visibility changes they're going to be making. And then apparently people in other towns or regions won't be visible. I'm not sure how that works. Maybe you have to be in the same town or region to see people. Obviously in the regions you're not really going to see people. There's 5 different territories, so you definitely have to go into the same territory they are, pretty much, unless they're at one of the ends of the territory. And then the towns, it seems you're probably going to have to actually be in the town with them in order to see them at all. So that appears to be the way to allow for people to sell their stuff at a butcher and hope that they will not be griefed while doing so. So I really approve of that change Rockstar has made, or are going to be making. We're also introducing a new system that highlights overly aggressive players. If your style of play becomes more hostile, your map position and the position of your posse members will become more visible to other players with aggressively darkening dot that incrementally shifts from blue to dark red. Your visibility increases through bad deeds such as attacking and killing other players, or their horses outside of a structured mode, free roam event, or competition. And the shorter the time between bad acts, the more your visibility increases. Shift back to a more righteous path and your visibility will fade over time. Alright, so once again, I'm pretty sure they specified this on the last newswire, but once you become more red, that 150 meters is going to decrease as you get further red into the map, of course, with your icon. And then I do think it's good that they're encouraging others to participate in other modes. I get it might be annoying that Rockstar seems like they're not gonna take into account people going against people's like missions or something, like free mode missions, or like the wagon missions I believe there are, where other members against you can steal the wagon, like destroy it or send it to someplace, depending on if the person has negative honor or like high honor. So at least they're still encouraging participation. At the same time, I can understand that can be annoying as well, because it kind of can encourage other people to get their nose up in your business. So that is definitely a really good sign. We're also introducing posse-wide parlays and improving feuds. You'll soon be able to initiate parlays that applies to your attacker's entire posse after just a single kill. Alternatively, if you'd rather challenge your opponent, you can initiate a feud, posse feud, or leader feud after one kill, quickly turning a dispute into a timed mini deathmatch to rival players to find out amongst themselves in free roam, earning points for each kill on the opposing player. I'm pretty mixed on this one. It's good that they're going to allow you to be more of a dove and like go in like a passive-esque mode. Obviously it's not pretty much the same as passive mode, but it's kind of close to it. So that's definitely good that they're going to make it easier for players who don't want to fight. But as well, it seems they're kind of doing the same thing for people who do want to fight. Then again, the people who don't want to fight, they technically don't have to accept like an invitation or whatnot, as far as I'm aware. Not on Reddit online much, so I'm not sure, but I would think it would work similar to the one-on-one deathmatches from GTA Online, where you have to actually accept the invitation and whatnot. Bounty hunters and law balancing. At the same time, players who have racked up high bounties will have a chance to be beset by NPC bounty hunters who will attempt to kill them and collect their reward. So when they say have a chance, I wonder if that like makes it like not an all-time thing. Of course, I would think if they're not gonna have player bounty things or anything at all, that all like bounty related issues would have bounty hunters after you. By the way, they're basically going to be porting over the single player bounty system, which is kind of interesting and cool at the same time, I feel. Criminal behavior will have bounty values and honor consequences that scale based on the severity of the crime. For example, killing another player can incur a higher bounty, while assaulting townsfolk or animal cruelty could give you a lesser bounty if the crime is reported, while lower level crimes like looting and ransacking will only decrease your honor. So, with us having more detail on the way that the bounty system is going to work, I'm glad that there's actions where you don't get any like actual like honor on like bounty hunters. So I'm really glad on that. So you can loot houses and stuff, and it seems like your honor is going to be the only thing affected. I don't know if it's currently affected when you rob houses in terms of your honor, but it seems like that's going to be the case. However, something I'm kind of worried about actually is the animal cruelty thing they mentioned, because I believe what people do, I think a professional made like a money guide on it, like people tend to like kill like pigs and like merino sheeps and stuff because they're some of the easiest ways to make money. I'm worried that some of the easiest ways to make money in the game are kind of going to get like fixed up by them having this new bounty system. But of course, I'm assuming this animal cruelty thing will only be limited to domesticated animals, but I don't know. Because in Red Dead Redemption 2, the single player, I can mass murder a bunch of like ducks and then eventually lose honor over it and whatnot. If your bounty exceeds a certain threshold and bounty hunters take notice, you will be wanted dead. In order to pursue the higher your bounty, greater you your value and the more difficult the pursuit becomes for you and your posse. So I like the severity differences, of course, no doubt. And I suggest they make a player side bounty thing. Maybe you can get upwards to $100, and other players can put a bounty on other people. Hopefully that's something that we'll consider in like the future of the game, of course. Daily challenges. We will also be adding a variety of daily challenges to take on across the Red Dead Online beta. Complete individual objectives that cover every aspect of life on the frontier to earn golden nuggets and XP. Challenges will range from foraging for herbs, selling items at a fence, hunting and skinning animals, clearing hideouts, winning feuds, and so much more. These daily challenges will continue to expand and evolve over time, bringing specialty challenges and rewards, streak bonuses, and more. So, first of all, once again, I believe on their newswire before this detailing daily challenges, they mentioned something about sharpshooting. So once again, they seem to be taking influence from single player challenges for certain challenges, with the foraging for herbs, depending on how much it is like the herbalist challenge from the single player. I also do really like that they have a sell items at a fence, because you're making profit from that, and you will be making profit if you do all 3 of your daily objectives or whatever challenges. And then you'll also encourage more hunting and skinning as well. And then one thing I really don't like about these challenges though is that they said winning feuds is apparently a challenge. So how exactly you want to do that? Are you going to have to force a friend to go against you and do a feud against you? Or are you going to have to more so get lucky and hope that someone attacks you? Also, I really like how they seem like they're going to make the challenges like more dynamic. Since in Grand Theft Auto Online they didn't make any new daily objectives or anything after their initial debut. Unfortunately though, it doesn't seem we're getting the streak bonus feature from Grand Theft Auto Online until later on, once the feature gets introduced. Other fixes and more. Your feedback has been invaluable, so please keep it coming. In addition to these updates, we are planning to address several additional changes based on community feedback received thus far. Select weapons will be rebalanced, including the Varmint Rifle, which will have its accuracy brought more in line with other long-arm weapons. Voice chat will be reduced to work at close proximity. And while fixes to horse cargo are numerous and ongoing, we plan to introduce some improvements to making pelts and carcasses more persistent after death or respawning. So, it seems the Varmint Rifle, which apparently some people consider is overpowered, which I can kind of agree but disagree as well, is going to get an accuracy nerf. However, they didn't really specify if they're going to make it a multi-shot headshot weapon, where you have to get multiple shots in the head to get a kill with it, which would be a logical step since I'm pretty sure it's kind of like I think it's kind of like a powerful BB gun or something sort of, with the .22 caliber rounds. I'm not too positive, but I don't think it's meant to be as powerful as it is technically. And then they seemingly confirmed proximity chat is going to be added as well, which was a feature in Red Dead Redemption. So it seems the closer you get to someone, you'll be able to hear their mic. So that'll definitely help out for streamers and whatnot especially. But that's something I really dislike on this game, is you can hear anyone from any distance at the moment. Similar to Grand Theft Auto Online, which I kind of understand in that game at least. And then they're going to make changes to the horse cargo. We're not gonna immaturely or whatever lose your fucking cargo on the horse after dying. Since currently if you die you lose your animals, pelts and like skins and everything. And then we will have more details on additional content in the February 26th update next week, which will also be covered here. We are excited about the future of Red Dead Online, and look forward to sharing lots more in the weeks and months ahead. Meanwhile, there are chances to earn more XP to rank up ahead of February 26th. Playing a posse will bring benefits like earning increased XP in free mode missions, and free roam events. Posse up this week earned twice as much increased XP on these activities, and next week earn 20% more XP across all activities in the Red Dead Online beta. Not sure if that last part includes like hunting or anything, if you'll gain XP, increased XP on that. But I believe the last week they had like 25% off all tonics. So it seems they're really getting started with the discounts and like 2 times XP. So it seems that we're already getting it to where we're gaining event week like every week, similar to GTA Online. Of course this game's in its early days, I'm not going to expect it to continue. But who knows, it might. Or it might be more like the 360 and PS3 versions of GTA, where full-on event weeks for a whole week isn't going to be a normal thing. But hopefully it will be, since I really like how there's something to keep us playing the game for Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. But that is pretty much it in terms of the Rockstar Newswire announcement that was made yesterday, talking about the update coming out 2 weeks from that day. So that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed.